Okay, here we are, Business 163, Personal Finance. This is now video number 5, our last video lecture in this module number 4. Now, obviously you have some homework to do with these modules, with these videos, right? Calculating your net worth, assessing your assets and liabilities, getting a hold of your credit report, figuring out what your credit score is, analyzing good debt versus bad debt, right? So, in this last video, this isn't the last step in measuring your financial health. You have 2 quizzes that you also need to complete to sort of finish that off. But those are pretty straightforward. They're in the module. This is the last video lecture where I'm asking you to analyze your savings over time. All right. Now, I will tell you right up front, this is probably going to be the shortest video, but this is the most difficult step of calculating that you'll need to do to measure your financial health in module number 4. So let's dive right into it. You can see here in the title slide, we are asking you to analyze your savings. And quite frankly, that just means one thing. It means, as you can see here, how much have you saved in the past year? Now, something interesting is that when we were all shut down in March of 2020, in the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, and then we received those stimulus checks from the federal government, savings rates skyrocketed. We were able to measure that, and we just saw that most people, which of course was during a period of extreme uncertainty, right, during the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic, many people took that entire stimulus check and just socked it into savings because, quite frankly, they didn't know what the future would hold the very next week, right? And so in that kind of extreme level of risk and uncertainty, they've just put it into savings. Well, over time, we can see the statistics show that our average American savings rate is dropping back down to normal historical rates, right? So what we are asking you to do is calculate what's your level of savings. How do you, and that's a very simple calculation. You simply take this year's net worth and you subtract it from last year's net worth. But that's the hard part, right? The hard part is calculating what was your net worth 12 months ago. That takes some work, all right? And I understand that, but this can be a little time consuming. You may have to guesstimate at some numbers, but if you are able to try to assess what was your net worth 12 months ago, that will be useful for you to be able to ascertain what is your real practical level of savings that you were able to accumulate over this last 12 months. However, there's one extra step here. You can see it in the second bullet point. You also have to deduct any appreciation that you enjoy over the investments you've made. So if you put a bunch of money into stock and that stock value has increased, that's not money you actually saved, right? I mean, congratulations on choosing a wise investment, but you didn't really save that money yourself, right? So we deduct that out of the net worth calculation so that we can really ascertain were you actually able to deliberately save. And admittedly, as I mentioned, this is probably the most time-consuming and difficult part of this module. But I am asking you, if you do have the time, to try and calculate what were you able to save over the last 12 months, because when you're able to look at those many components we've asked you, your net worth, your current net worth, your credit history, your credit score, how your debt breaks down, how much of it's good debt, how much of it's not so good debt, right? That once you complete this picture by being able to ascertain how much money you've been able to save, and then take the 2 short quizzes, one on your savvy about investment and the other about your savvy about insurance, that will really altogether give you a good holistic picture, a comprehensive picture of your level of current financial health. And it creates a foundational baseline to know how you can improve and where you would like to go in the future. All right, so again, the shortest of the videos, the 5th and last video, but it is the most difficult step of anything I'm asking you to do in this module. Calculate your current net worth. Well, you've already done that, but calculate your net worth from 12 months ago. That's hard. If you can find that, subtract it, it will reveal to you your actual real level of savings over the last 12 months. All right, well, I hope this entire module is really enlightening and helpful for you, and we will see you in the next module.